So welcome and thanks for joining me, David White, and Mustafa Ahmed. Hello.
Hi.
Mustafa.
Yes. Great to join you on this business continuity management course. Let's get started with the introduction.
Let's talk about creating a business continuity plan. Mind you, there are two halves to this. There's the BCP and what's the other half?
DRP?
Yes. I'm not really trying to catch you out. But they normally go together, don't they? So we'll have a go at doing both. But we're going to start today just by describing business continuity management. And then I'm just going to hold out the prospect that there's disaster recovery plan to come for business continuity management. So there is more than we're going to discuss today, but we're just doing the intro for now to let you know what's coming. So I just did that in a big way. But now let's just look at our business continuity management in a bit more depth. There's 8 or 9 key topics. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There we go, 8. Okay, it's a manageable number. And the number 1 topic, which we'll probably go into a bit more today, and we'll start with, is definitely the function and the need for business continuity management. We're definitely going to cover business continuity management life cycle. Potentially we might look at just an overview of that today. We're then going to break it down into the main components of a business continuity management program, the need for risk assessments within the business continuity program, the options for development of a business continuity management strategy, how to prepare and develop plans for BCM and response, and the need for exercising, maintenance and reviewing of plans, and finally the need for embedding business continuity management awareness. Now, I have to say that we're partly inspired by CISSP, as we are by all things. We're partly driven by ESORMA, be it from our perspective a practical implementation largely of CISSP theory and principles, but most importantly, only 5% of enterprises actually have any kind of business continuity management plan in hand, which is literally a disaster waiting to happen.
It's quite shocking.
Yeah, and I mean, the kind of organisations that do have BCMs or business continuity plans in place tend to be those that are mandated to have them. So I guess other people think they're a waste of time, but I assure you they're not. And there's quite a lot we can learn from them, but not just learning, there's quite a lot of business benefits from putting a BCM or business continuity plan in, because what you're doing is you're adding strength, you're hardening your business, you're making your business more sustainable, making your business more reliable, more able to deliver the goods to its clients. The whole world just experienced COVID. If ever there was a need for business continuity plans, a lot of companies just discovered that they didn't have them. And now really is the time to be looking at them for the future, because, if we do look back, we can see that most industries suffer in some major way. Occasionally, rarely it's a global pandemic, but, in the late 2008 and onwards, we all suffered from a major collapse in, banking, finance. It's 2020, 2019, and we're talking about COVID. What's going to happen in the next 5 years or the next 10 years? Okay, it's going to be some kind of disaster. And if the people from XR are going to be believed, it's potentially likely to be existential, right? Potentially, to do with the climate. Now, I'm not necessarily suggesting that we support them or that we do anything or we go on a campaign or not. Just the idea is, the reality is that The expectation is in the next 10 years, something again is going to happen. The other thing is right now is, even after it's happened, going through the process now of creating a business continuity plan is going to put you in a much better position to come up with a recovery plan. So even if it's all gone wrong and disaster has happened, it's still not too late to manage what you have left, and you're definitely going to have to manage your way out of it. So understanding the processes, and we're going to cover processes, practical processes, as well as theory, should help and make a big difference to the vast majority of businesses that find themselves in difficulty. And I mean, I understand a lot of people will be giving up and throwing their hands in the air and complaining about the government or complaining about something, because we all are affected by what's been going on. And that's just the way that life is, unfortunately. I can't really solve that for anybody other than to say, well, we've got to work our way out of it. And here is a couple of exercises that can be driven from a security perspective, that can drive you forward more safely, not just to protect your customers, but to protect the business, give you continuity that we seek, that your business might seek, and to give you more recovery options, so that when you do get to the process or the time of recovery, should a business completely fail or partly fail, that you then make the correct assessment and spend money or time and effort recovering what's worth recovering. So these are calculations or assessments as business owners that you need to make, because there's a thing called risk appetite, where as a business owner we decide whether we even bother to recover certain things that are lost. And that may sound odd, but actually it is a genuine decision that we have to make, that we can make, and we should know where the boundaries are of those things, as opposed to setting out to recover everything. And I know a lot of us will want to recover everything and to make it even better than it was before. What we're going to talk about is a set of processes that will make the business stronger than it was before, so that it becomes more likely that your business can continue and that it can recover from future shocks. In that sense, you will end up owning and managing a better enterprise than you had before, simply because it's going to become stronger, more sustainable, more shock-proof, more reliable than it's been recently. And it may help you think twice about going in certain directions compared to others, because of what's necessary to know, what you'll get to know more about protecting a business going forward. Any thoughts on that, Mustafa?
You've covered it brilliantly. The only thing I can say, I can't remember who said it, but if you fail to prepare, you might as well prepare to fail. So it is one of those things where if you're not ready and you don't have a plan, when something happens, it could be the end of the business, and nobody wants that. Everyone wants to be able to carry on and get through difficult times. But the reality is, for that you have to come up with a plan, and you have to manage this, and it has to be done in an organized way. And that's exactly what this course is about. You can go and look up standards for business continuity. You can go and look at frameworks for business continuity. But at the end of the day, there's a lot of common sense, basic things we can do in our business, and some changes we can make which will make us more resilient. And that's what this is all about.